Are you recording? Early.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning. There they
Here we
are.
again. A little tight this time because one of the camera doesn't work anymore. Every day it's a technical issue here.
And for those of you keeping track of our technical issues, this is the latest. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Art Chat.
This is Art Chats, and let's start the
Start the music.
introduction. So we make this official, right? Beautiful.
Now the world is in order. We've had our music.
Good morning once again. It's a rainy, ugly day here in Houston, but we made it safely to the studio.
It's good for the flowers.
Well, the Christmas flowers, I guess. You want to do some housekeeping before we start?
Sure. Welcome, everybody. Again, Art Chat here. The reason we do Art Chat is so that Bogdan and I can kind of tell you about what we have been working on, what's going on in our art careers, and what we have for sale. Everything that you see today is for sale, except the nun, who is sold. But everything else.
I thought you were pointing at me
yeah,
because I'm
yeah.
anything but a nun.
No. But yes, everything you see today is for sale, and hopefully you'll find something you love. I always make fun. Frank always makes fun of me because I always say the time to buy a piece of art is when you fall in love with it. So hopefully you'll fall in love today.
Fantastic. So let's switch back to the presentation mode in here. And shall we start with mine first?
Sure.
You know, we are the beginning of the winter, and yet I'm promoting spring.
You're already looking at the spring collection.
I'm only looking at the future, okay? And this is a spring tide, is a new piece, and the other one is from Urbana series, if you remember.
Sure.
There's 4 interesting pieces actually created on cardboard, but we'll talk about this in just a second. So let's start with this springtide. What do you think about this?
I love these. You've got several of them now. And
so it started, you know, I like flowers, and I had a messy kind of look of flowers, and then I wanted something
very detailed,
very more simplified, and without all the details and the motions. I just wanted something just like a portrait of a blossom of a flower. So
just the idea of it. Yeah.
I created 2 of them in this series that are kind of very colorful in a way, and very pop in a way, because, you know, why not? But then the latest creation, if you guys are following me on social media, you have seen the black tulip, which is more simplified. I'll show you this later today. But this is Spring Tide. It's a very large piece. It's a 48 by 36, and I think it's a real statement in any kind of interiors. If you have the interiors with a high ceiling,
it's very graphic, right? It's almost got a graphic art kind of look to it,
Right.
an illustrative kind of
when
look.
when you look from the distance like this,
Mhm.
it's just like a blossom about to
About to open.
about to
Mhm.
open or not. It could be a tulip, it could be any flowers. At this stage,
We don't know what it's going to develop into.
exactly,
Yeah.
it's a surprise, and it's up to you
That
to,
potentiality
yeah.
in nature
But
and
if you go
in springtime.
close, there's a lot of motion because I wanted to create this, particles and
It's almost like pollen almost. Huh?
right, because it's floating in the air. There's how do you call that? A frozen in time. You know what I mean?
Frozen in time. Yeah.
And then this is how Springtide was built.
Mm-hmm.
I prepared
Really
here
stunning.
some mock-ups, so there's you understand the how big it is
The
and
size,
how grand
yeah.
it is and how colorful, and what does to the space actually.
And this you can't tell from these images, but it's a really thick. I mean, it's what, an inch and a half gallery wrap?
Yeah, it is maybe 1.5 inch gallery wrap.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're right. And it doesn't need
It doesn't have to have a
massive
frame, right?
itself built,
And because it's so kind of monochromatic in bold, a frame I'm not sure would help it.
right. And these are canvases stretched by myself, and I control the dimensions and how heavy it is, and I like to play with these things.
No, I think they're stunning. They're so simple, and yet they have a lot going on. As you mentioned, there are layers and layers of color and movement, and then the little sparkles of pollen or dust or insects or whatever it is.
It's very feminine in a way. I wanted to create a very colorful and yet very feminine artworks, because I have a lot of clientele here, a lot of collectors here in Houston that are looking for not only blues and kind of serious shades, but they want something more entertaining in a way. So this was the idea of adding so much. Plus, it's coming after the Barbie movie, so it has to be pink.
Oh, there you got your pink Barbie going on. Indeed, if you like the pink and green, that's kind of preppy.
So yes, the piece is available in the studio as well as on my website. So if you guys want to check it out, go to Bogdan Photo Art with an F, and look for Springtide. It will show up right away.
This is something you might consider doing prints of later.
Yeah,
because that way you can get them in different sizes, because it is a massive, honking painting.
Definitely, if somebody wants a smaller size, we can print it on various other sizes.
That would even be good on a greeting card or something. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah,
I like it.
And
very good.
It was fantastic because it was kind of a first into a series now I'm working on.
Oh, is this the first?
This is the first, yes. And I have all kinds of ideas now how to approach the next ones. And this is what I love about art. I'm combining many ways, how do I say that correctly? I'm not staying on my lane. I'm combining all kinds of ideas and all kinds of techniques into my artworks. Fabulous. The second piece of today, it's Look Up, I believe, and this is an amazing abstract piece. I don't know why is it so small in here. Let me make it a little bigger for you guys.
Oh, that's magic.
Yeah. It's from the Urbana series that we have an exhibition in the spring, and I have 3 left out of this set. And what's amazing about it is I wanted something different. I didn't want to paint on paper. I didn't have a photograph. Since it's Urbana and it's kind of a city life, I wanted to use some materials, some media that we can find on every single corner of the street. And that was the cardboard. And I said, why don't I get some Amazon cardboard and paint on? So I treated the cardboards and I kind of kept the arrow going on in various
So
directions.
you can see the arrow there, which is kind of like the Amazon logo.
And then it kind of, there's the eyes of Urbana looking at you. There's the flowers, the Romanian traditional flowers that I like to play with.
And so you say traditional flowers. So those are the flowers that they would use
on
in
tapestries.
Tapestries, cross-stitching,
Yeah.
embroidery on ladies' outfits and things like that.
Yeah. And I simplify them because they don't detail.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then you have if you look closer, there's something that appear like lips on a corner. And I found it very, very fascinating, and it has a little magical to it, like almost black magic. There's something going on there. And then, as a matter of fact, right when I finished the exhibition, I had a lady come into the studio and saw the piece, one of these pieces, and later on she bought the piece on the spot, and later on she told me that she is a palm reader, and that she find that it's fascinating. It's just very
evocative,
very close to this one as well.
Now, what I really like about this one in particular, and maybe there are more in the series like this, is there's a real depth. There's a black, I guess, background, or maybe it's not all black, but there are layers of transparency that give you the idea that it's much deeper than a surface representation. And I find that very interesting because it draws me into the picture.
And it's, the beauty is, that black, when you paint on cardboard, has a different outcome than the canvas.
Absolutely, because the actual cardboard itself is going to be a little more absorbent than a gessoed canvas. Did you gesso the cardboard, or did you paint directly on the cardboard?
No, I gesso.
So it actually was on gesso.
Just in case.
Well, yeah, you want it archival, right? You don't want it to change over time, because I think cardboard will have acid.
I really think those pieces are very, very fascinating, and I'm so pleased I had this call to create them. I was like, toward the end of the series, and we are coming out with the exhibition date, and I felt like I needed something else to this exhibition, and this is how I push myself to create something new that is, is different as medium, is cardboard, which I never done before, and then keeping this grungy look, graffiti look, almost like a decay, but with the eyes incorporated in.
Now, the way you have it framed, I know you have done this in some of the others, and I can't tell from the image here. Do you see the side to actually see the cardboard?
Yes, they are framed somehow that you can see that is an actual
So if you're from the side, you can see the corrugated cardboard bit, which it gives kind of homage to the
the
whole idea.
The edges of the cardboard are visible. Of course, here are cropped very clean, but
just for the
edges are rough. So this is Look Up, and I thought I hope you guys like it. And if you do, this one and another two, I believe, are available on my website under the Urbana series. I just search for the Look Up word, and it'll pop up.
Excellent, very beautiful,
fantastic. So what else? It's the end of the year, and we're going to be here most of the time because there's people keep shopping for presents for the loved ones. And we are going to be open this coming Saturday, right? December 2nd from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So if you guys are around in Houston, come and pay us a visit.
If you do come on Saturday, there is an event here that is a comic book convention. So just tell people that you're here to see the artist, and they'll let you in.
That's right.
Around the pay desk.
And that is a Comic-Con, something like that?
It's called Indie Comic Con, or Comic.
It should be fun anyway.
Comic Indie Con or something. It's local. Well, it's not local, but it is a local presentation of comic book artists, but indie comic books, not Marvel and the big names.
What else is out there that I put together?
Well, there's that.
So yeah,
black tulip.
Yes, that's right. We'll talk about that in a
Oh,
second.
okay.
That what's new, and then again we have little gifts ready for you guys. Come and shop with us. So now we're talking about what's new. Well, what's new? You know that I started that retelling series that I always been interrupted by other projects. So this is what I'm working on now, moving toward building that series. And these are the last two of them, which are paintings actually. And I wanted to, get various idea of tags and the wall graffiti and put them on this canvas as well. The paper.
So these are paper.
Yeah. And I maintain that the flower pattern that you can see it toward the series. And
I see tacos.
yeah, because I felt like we live in Houston, guys, and Mexican food is everywhere and it's very good. And I said, why not tacos,
and more importantly,
limones and fresco? Yes. And so, for example, to be a little funny, I called the one on the left Amori tacos.
Amori tacos. What else do you need?
And then I find it fascinating. Actually, I have them here.
Yeah, very, very good colors as well.
Yeah.
Oh, they're big.
They are.
Oh, I thought they were like much smaller. Those are huge.
30 by 22.
Those are stunning. I don't know why I missed those.
They're only like poster size. Yeah. And it's heavy paper.
Yeah, so it's artist paper. It's
paper,
archival. Yeah.
And the other one.
And so this is all acrylic or mixed media?
This is all acrylic.
Okay.
All acrylic.
Oh, those are stunning, Bogdan.
Yeah, I don't know how.
I don't know why, just the size alone. I thought they were quite small.
Yeah. So this is, I have Urbana here looking at you, some heart, some, I try to mimic the idea of a graffiti wall, covered up by street artists.
And those would look really good as prints as well.
Yeah, and they a lot more contrasting, more colorful in real life than it shows here on the screen.
This is not real life?
This is not real life. This is virtual life.
This is make-believe.
All right. Now, and the last piece we are talking about is the black tulip, which took a completely different,
stunning,
different direction. I started the canvas with a yellow background, and then I draw the tulip line, but then I didn't like it. There was something missing. I wanted something more soft, more something with more texture. And then on those outlines of the actual tulip that I had before, I went ahead and I covered it in paper.
So that's like a mosaic of a collage.
Yeah,
and paper.
Then I mix it up, the reds and the blacks together, and I start painting over. And then to create that texture, I used actual sandpaper.
Okay.
So,
but the thing that I find most interesting about this is a painting. The others look like illustrations.
Yes.
This looks like an oil painting. It looks like a genuine. This is on canvas as well.
This is on canvas, yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. I just think it's
again
amazing in that texture, which doesn't come out, but you see it in person, and it's just like feathers laying down.
Yeah. It was unbelievable. I knew that it's gonna kind of look like this, but I wasn't sure. And you know how paintings are, if it doesn't go the right direction, you completely change it to what's the story.
That's the beauty of abstraction.
And I added a kind of a little red element to break up that monotony.
And it's perfect, yeah.
So this is black tulip, as well available on my website.
Yeah, I just think it's stunning.
And not to mention, goes very well with your chair.
Yeah, my chair. You skipped one, I think.
No, that's the
That's the
The
in
P.
process.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a new exhibition starting. Am I talking about that now?
Yeah.
And it starts this next week on the 9th of December. And it is a show here of tenant art here at Silver Street. And we have a guest curator coming whose name is Heather Brahman. Heather is the curator, director of the gallery at the Sci-Fair Lone Star College. I think it's called the Basque Gallery. And so she's helping us out doing site curation for us here. And so the idea of the theme of the show is home. And so artists will be submitting work to that. But in addition, we have just joined as a group the American Society of Interior Designers. And so they're going to have their meeting here in February, and our show will still be up. So in homage to them and with the theme of home, any artist who is interested can submit a chair. And so this is the chair that I've created, basically just painted a chair and put some heavy texture on it.
I think it's great.
To me, I don't know, I don't have a title yet. I'm thinking just shop chair, because that's the way my floor looks.
It's a commitment. I mean, I wasn't able to put myself together to do a chair.
We have people who are doing some really outlandish designs.
Fantastic. I've seen some of them.
They're building chairs, they're stacking chairs, they're it's just someone did a tiny chair.
Anyway, it's worth coming, and
it'll be interesting. I have not seen the submissions. They'll just show up with their chair next Monday, and we'll see which ones we've got. We have, I think, 22 people said they were bringing chairs, so should be interesting.
So it's half of the show now.
Okay.
Do we want to first of all thank you guys for watching us, for being here with us, for supporting us,
Absolutely.
for collecting us, and what else? We
For
have
inspiring
to
us.
because we do this for you guys, and we have to keep saying this all the time till January 6th. We are having an event here at Silver Street Studios, in our studio, talking with a curator with collectors. Why and when and how you build your art collection. And Rosa Anna is our Rosa Anna Orlando. She's a curator and an art advisor, and she will be our guest to talk with you guys about all kinds of questions you may have about your personal art, as well as ideas on how to find cool art that you connect with.
Yeah, and we have kind of surveyed some of you guys who answered our survey, and what we found was there are a number of ways that people approach an art collection. Some just buy from people they know or from places they've been, and others have more direction. Some people are only collecting Hispanic art or Houston artists, and different people have different ways of approaching their collection. And so we thought it would be interesting to have a conversation about how do you develop an art collection, and what do you do with it once you've got it?
Correct.
So hopefully that'll be an interesting evening.
And then I want to very briefly, before you start your presentation, to just thank several people who show up lately in the studio and, collected some pieces from us. And look at these guys, this couple spotted these skateboards that have been here in the studio for quite a while now, and they got it home. And then you have another couple here buying one of your
one of my pieces. It's called Cartographic Distractions.
Anyway, I think it was great, and thank you guys. Thank you again. What else is the next slide? Thank you, Exxon. This has been a while ago, but let's move straight to your presentation because we're running out of time.
I have two pieces that I'm going to talk about today. One is called Blue Memories. It's a mixed media piece. And are we in it, or am I talking about the other one too?
Oh, sorry.
And then the other one is Urbe, part of our Urbanesque collection, and also mixed media. Well, no, that was just acrylic on canvas. So Blue Memories is one that I did some time ago, and I was really trying to explore layering. And so I have many, many, many layers of things going on in this one. So it took a while because each layer has to kind of dry or
it's fantastic because it's like almost like a ocean in motion or is in air.
Yeah, it looks like you're looking down from a plane as you're flying over land or islands or something.
But I think it's a very peaceful, even though it's a very...
There's a lot going on.
It's a very, I wouldn't say noisy, but a lot of motion going on in every corner, and yet it's very peaceful.
Unless it's very peaceful at the same time. So I really like the piece. It has been here in the studio for a while. I've taken it for a couple of shows. I am going to put this one in the show that's coming up. So it'll be out on in the tenant show home. And
I really love it. Look at how well blends with a blue pillow or a blue pawn. I mean, if you look into the decoration, home decor, it would be a very, very nice piece.
And you get the sense that you're looking at it and that it's a shot in time, as you mentioned earlier, a frozen moment in time. And yet you look at it and it looks as though it'll be different the next time you see it. Excuse me, make me cough.
I hope it's not me.
And so that is Blue Memories. And I just really like the piece, and hopefully somebody will fall in love with it at some point. Urbe is huge. I didn't even show you the other one. Let me do that quickly, and I'll show you both of them. This is Blue Memories. I have it here.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Size.
Yeah. Nice.
And there is some texturing on it, but not a lot.
Let's put it here.
It is about movement and texture and serenity through movement, and if that makes any sense.
And then you have Urbe.
And then Urbe is huge. I have to probably get some help here.
Yeah.
This is a giant honking painting. And this is one from
it's a lot of people are, it is so unlike anything you've painted before.
No, it is absolutely different. And I did that with the inspiration of the city, and I thought cityscapes.
Unlike the 1920 movies, very noir.
Yeah, it's very noir. It's to me, it's got a comic book kind of feel to it.
I think it's fantastic.
Maybe it's a painting of Gotham City. I don't know. Let's go back to the slides. You see how big it is, but I had taken this to our art group in Mexico City, the art incubator group with Michael Swank and Art Gallery Studios. And one of the things the folks who were in the group commented on was the reflections in the windows and the fact that some windows look like windows and others are just ideas of windows. And I just think it's a lovely piece, and it looks good with the rest of the collection.
Yeah.
But there's an abstraction there, but there is also a solitude. There's a reflectivity, like almost a meditative quality to it, in my opinion. It is. It's not a lonely painting or a sad painting, but it's quiet. These are monoliths of there's no human interaction going on there.
Yeah, but they have something mystical to it.
Yeah,
I'm like, what is going on there? You know, in between those buildings. You know, is it safe? What is it?
And whether this is a view from another building, it is also not a street view, so you don't see any street life going on. But I was very, very proud of this one. The inspiration actually came from Georgia O'Keeffe, who actually painted a bunch of buildings, and she lived in New York.
Really?
Before she started the flowers and all the things that most people think of. She had a whole series of architectural pieces of New York. And I looked at those, and that was kind of the inspiration for some of these. Very mid-century, I don't know. I think they're nice.
I love them. But just a reminder, guys, toward the end, that our studio 314 at Silver Sea Studios in Houston will be open. It's open every day, but will be open officially on Saturday, this coming Saturday, December 2nd. We have a lot of stuff for as gifts and not only. And hope you come and visit us.
absolutely. Hope you guys are having a great week. We will be here and looking forward to talking to you again very soon.
Thank you for being here with us.